Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the back office teardown lab. I've got old Nigel here, and Nigel, if you recall from earlier videos, is a flight helmet thing. It's a military aircraft carrier type helmet, and I purchased it from Gumtree or the like, and as a sort of, for a few quid really. But someone had cut the wires, which always disappointed me. So I thought today it'd be quite nice to try to figure out how this Amplivox setup works. And I literally just disconnected this just because it was super easy to do so. But this is the actual throat mic. I'm just wondering, if I just seen out of the corner of my eye my little oscilloscope. Ouch, bit crunchy there. Can we even see the screen on this oscilloscope? Yes, we can. Let's prop that up there. Because I just thought, well, let's see if we can actually just attach these probes and see if we can actually see anything on it. I'd be curious if we can. I can certainly see what I'm doing. So let's zoom in a little bit. There's the oscilloscope, and I'm going to bring that up to me mouth. Hello! Hello! Wow, whatever the signal is, it clearly needs a huge amount of amplification because I'm not even getting anything, because as soon as I touch the probes, you can see onto the contact, the line goes solid dead. That doesn't bode well for that. If it's getting solid dead like that, it's almost like a ground. You've just shorted out those contacts. So I don't know about impedances and whatnot and all of that, so let's put that aside. But I imagine the old headphone part should be fairly standard, so you should be able to get into that. So let's see, it seems to have this cup here, so if it everything today is going to be difficult for me, isn't it? It's really odd to see a flat blade screw. I mean, that's really unusual. I'm not sure what age this is, and this must be probably pretty old. Or is it just not that old, but everything the military makes are based on old designs? It's going to be one or the other. But it might make a nice sort of headset, wouldn't it? If you could just... Oh, look at that! That is crazy, isn't it? Actual old school terminals right there. That's pretty darn unusual. But it does make it nice to actually hook it up. But look what they've got here. They've got this nice sort of like sleeve over things, and it's heat shrink, and cool, they've taken a bit of care, haven't they? Taken a bit of care. So let's just buzz it out. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it just seems to be 4 wires coming out of it. Doesn't seem to be enough, does it? Doesn't seem to be enough. But I'm just going to put my meter on continuity and see which two go to the throat mic. That one and that one, the two top ones. So that means the two bottom ones must be for audio purposes. So, and they're probably just wired. I don't really want to break this. They're probably just wired in parallel from the looks of it. I mean, if there's only two, I'm just going to check the ends. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm seeing 6 wires though in the end there. So obviously a couple must have been cut off. I'm just going to rotate it down there. I don't know, I don't see them that end yet. Alright, let's do this. I think we can all agree that this bit here, it's more than acceptable to replace this part if we have to. There's nothing overly amazing about keeping that original. Peel back. Look at that. It's an interesting construction. So that's a rubber bit of heat shrink, and then there's actually thread. It's got like a sort of a wax thread that's glued in place. We'll cut those. This is a really interesting design though. You just do not get stuff made like this anymore, for sure. Although maybe military stuff is. I mean, I have to admit my exposure to military headsets is pretty limited. Yeah, indeed, there's only 4 wires coming out, so this is quite an easy thing to replace, really. I feel that I'm gonna take a little photo of that though. I've got my camera here because that colour scheme could be interesting. It'd be nice to hook things up in the original colour scheme. So I think I can actually just put a normal headphone connector on this and try it out. I mean, it's going to be mono. Ugh. These certainly, look at that. Come on. No, I need an in-between size screwdriver. These certainly look like they could do something with the right... Oh, bugger. I think I'm going to go and sort that out first. Let me undo these and then we'll see how we're going to hook up some audio to this. I suitably loosened it, and then my little screwdriver is able to take over the job there. So it looks like they've got proper little ring terminals and everything going on in here. I need my tweezers, and failing that, my forceps to catch that washer. Got it. Tiny ring terminals, that's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely not got any of those, so hold me closer, Tony Danza. Pick those off. So what you could do, you could just bond in, solder onto the end of this cable if you were really keen on keeping that military look. I'm probably just going to bin that. I know it's sacrilege, but I'm not going to use it again ever. So first things first though, just get those terminals back for the mic. I mean, the mic thing, it's something I might sort of do a bit more research and then try in the future. Or if it's totally... Oh, look, this is one of the issues of slot heads, by the way. Look, they always just fall out. If it's totally impossible to deal with the throat mic aspect, you know, in that it's got weird power requirements and needs amps and all sorts, I could just take this end and then put like a regular microphone in it, or two even, make it stereo, and then just wire those up. So that could be fun, just to convert it basically. Or really, if you think about it, why not just add, because you can see these ear cups on this are basically soundproof. They're what you get, you know, if you're operating a digger or something. I mean, these are pretty much soundproof ear cups designed to protect your hearing. I could mount the microphone actually somewhere, you know, in this vicinity, somewhere like, you know, off the side of this or here, and that would act pretty much like a boom mic. So that's also a possibility, just to sort of play with it. So this is a mono wire, as I said, very short, not really use, but for testing it'll be great. I don't really know what's the effect of a mono wire on a phone, because it's sort of obviously shorting out a couple of channels worth, but I think it should be okay. If it wasn't okay, it wouldn't be a standard. So I'm just separating the two cores. This is a very thin, crappy wire. I think this is out of an old hands-free set, so they've not used the most quality components. So we're going to wind that one. We're going to wind the other. If it was any other scenario, i.e. me doing this properly, I would tin these, but I don't think I'm going to bother, just in the interests of effort, not time really, it is effort. So let's see how we're going to achieve this. I'm going to pop in our screw. Oh, whoa! Look at that! Almost lost it, and I managed to save it with the washer. Crikey, that's really tricky. I mean, it's funny. You really just don't appreciate how things have changed in the world, and you think a Phillips screw head and more sort of precise. I mean, this is a very flat engineering sort of machine screw. You know, it doesn't have, it's very flat on the end, it doesn't have a point, so it doesn't locate in the hole. Just things like that, we're really used to them now. We're used to just having really high quality fittings on everything. The cheapest quality screws are better than the screws we used to get when we were a nipper. And we're just not familiar with using them anymore. I suppose it's a bit like working on an old World War II item or something, and it's all made of Bakelite and stuff. We just don't know how to handle it. I mean, if you break a bit of Bakelite, I have no idea what glues or adhesives and things it responds to. We've just not got them anymore. Whereas I can remember, you know, at home having various things which would be Bakelite fittings, be it power or old phone things. So there we go, that's connected. So I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to find a bit of music, and it should just plug in. I've always got issues actually with my phone and its sort of case when it comes to headphones. It doesn't seem to always register them, but it has now. And we're going to go to the YouTube library. I'm just tapping it in here. Free music. I really hope I have my favourite tune, which I can never remember what it's called, but it always seems to come up, this sort of SoundCloud, isn't it? Yes. Where is it? Oh yes, is it Rock Angel? I recognise the name, Joachim Karud. That's definitely the name. Ah! Yeah. Okay, it's definitely playing it. I'm just going to pop it on my head for a moment. It's really bassy. Yet at the same time, it's a very odd feeling because you can't hear anything around you. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely, that does the trick. It's amazing. If I hold these cups together, pure silence, because these are basically soundproof. Awesome. Well, that gives me certainly some hope that in a future mod I'm going to put a bit more effort and actually hook this up properly. But for now, I think I'm going to wrap it up and get that. There you go. Wouldn't that be awesome though? Walking, going down the street or something with this on your head, you're going to look like a right mental. Get that there. I mean, what you could do as well, if I could get hold of another one of these plugs, 'cause I don't really want to mash this. But this is, it's a 9448102. If I could get hold of one of these plugs, I could definitely make my own boom mic, my own regular gaming style boom mic, and that would fit brilliantly off that, and I think it would align perfectly to where your mouth is. I mean, it almost looks like that's where it would be. Look, what's this? Chord Assembly Electric Branched. 59659910755505. Yeah, I mean, these are military part numbers. Maybe I could just Google these and find them. Throat set microphone 5965-107-107-5503. So it's all the same sort of numbers, serial numbers, just ending numbers different. And I wonder how this works. I mean, shall we just, if you've got a minute, why don't we just have a quick look in here and just do the last little bit. Let's tear down what's inside of a throat mic. I'm assuming it's just going to look like a little speaker, to be honest with you. And it says Amplivox. I wonder if Amplivox is still in existence. I should really do some Googling before these videos, and then I could pretend I know everything about it, like a lot of those guys on YouTube, but I know they don't really know what they're talking about. Right, the screws are out. Oh! Hello. Oh, so that just holds the case on there. I'm going to peel it back. Let's put that down. Let's have a look. So the case is bonded via this rubber thing, which I think is holding all the pieces together. But I don't see a wire. But there must be. I can see certainly a couple of screw terminals right in there. See them right there? Let's dismantle those screw terminals. Focus. Because they might be holding this to something. They are. Oh, okay, hang on. Let's put that there and just retrieve this screw, because finding a slot head screw in this day and age, it's probably going to be a weird imperial size. It's going to be tricky. Okay, unless it might even be a Whitworth or something. Right, let's look at that. Crikey, there you go. So that's the actual throat mic itself, and I don't really want to dismantle that any further because I might not be able to get it in, but I'm guessing that's bit like a speaker, it'll look like. And you can see this thing's awesome. It's like an rubber over molded thing, but with the circuit inside, so the metal contacts are definitely in there, and that's what makes contact. There's two metal fittings, I can feel them, they're metal right there, you can just about see them, and that hooks that all up. Gorgeous. That's quite nice tech, isn't it? Old military tech. So there you go. If you've got any info on this, please feel free to comment down below, or just shout out anyway. And like, share, subscribe, tweet me and say hi. And from me and Nigel, thanks for watching.